Hello TikTok friends, welcome to another volcano adventure. For the last couple of years I've enjoyed climbing a mountain as a birthday tradition, and this year was no different. Sadly, on the day itself the weather window was firmly closed. Luckily 2 days later the weather gods were in a bit of a better mood, so they permitted me to climb volcano El Misti, which is an active stratovolcano that is towering over Arequipa and that you can see from pretty much anywhere in the city. On our first day on the mountain the weather actually wasn't all that great, and soon after we pitched our tents the hills started coming down pretty hard. Sadly, I was also quite nauseous again due to the altitude, and you can see me enjoying that over here. We got dinner served in our tents by our guide Frans, and then it was time to go to bed. We got up at 2 in the morning, and look at this view. Arequipa was shimmering far below us, and it looked so cool. In the meantime, it was freezing cold until the sunlight finally hit us, and also showed us how far we'd actually climbed already. In the distance, we could see all the way to the peaks of Pichu Picchu, and further down into the valley to the city of Arequipa. After about 5.5 hours of steep climbing, we finally made it to the crater rim, where we took a short break and then continued our climb. After the rim it actually got even steeper, which was quite sketchy because it was also a bit slippery in some places, and this is not a spot where you want to fall. Then after 6.5 hours we finally made it to the summit. There is the summit cross, and the wind was actually howling quite hard, which made for a pretty cool spectacle with all these clouds just drifting past us. We could see all around us, all the way up to Mount Chani, which you can see over here, which has snow on it now, which it didn't when I climbed it, so that is cool. Then after a lot of pictures and an offer to Pachamama by my Peruvian fellow climbers, we went down again. Luckily this time via a route which was not as sketchy as the way up, so that was good. And as you can see here, we were actually descending towards this field of clouds. Going through it actually reminded me of this horror movie from Stephen King called The Mist. If you know, you know. But the descent actually wasn't altogether horrible, because most of it was this volcanic sand. You could just sort of slide down in it, which made the descent go super fast. Then after 10 hours of hiking, we made it back to the car. And yeah, that was the end of the adventure. So thanks for joining me on it, and see you in the next one.